So today we're talking episode 4 of C. After reviewing last week's episodes 1, 2, and 3, we're going to discuss the fight at the river. We're going to talk about why the children want to meet their dad now. And with the ending there with Queen Kane, who's left to pray with her? We're going to talk about that and much more. Hey everybody, Elliot here today to talk about the latest episode of C, episode 4, which was titled The River. An attack on the village leads to a sacrifice and new challenges. So we're going to discuss everything that happened in episode 4, but definitely if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel. And when you do, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with our content. If you've seen the latest episode of C, I want to know what you all thought of the latest episode in the comment section. Let's have some fun dialogue down there. So we're talking about episode 4, and right off the bat, I wasn't a big fan of this episode. This reminded me so much of episode 2 in regards to there's some fun, I'm not going to say fun, there's some entertaining aspects and some good thinking pieces of where things can head in the rest of the season. But besides the stuff at the river and the stuff at the end, all the other stuff just felt like filler, boring, unnecessary dialogue and scenes. So we'll kind of talk about it here. So the episode picks up immediately after episode 3. We see Baba Voss takes his family and a couple other people that decide to go with him to leave and retreat the town, the village, I should say, because the people, Queen Kane's soldiers have found out where they are. So we see them, they go to the river. You know, Baba Voss has built this boat on his you know, in the mornings they asked him how he did it. He said anything that Jermel, I cannot remember his name. I think it's Jermel. I believe that's his name. But, you know, anything he can do, I can do. And I can do it in the morning. You know, I don't need my eyes to build a boat. So we see that he builds this boat. At the same time, the people of town are killed. You know, the older woman that is the grandmother of the shadow woman. I'm bad with the names of this show because the names are just kind of crazy. But we see that she dies and they take out the whole town. The traitor of the group kind of leads the soldiers to the river, where we see, my personal opinion, the best part of the show, which was everything that took place on the river, the battle of the river, if you want to call it that. We see that they're scouting out. You know, Baba Voss has to quietly go past him. We see him taking out people with knives, with his sword. We see some people that followed along with them, unfortunately, get killed in a very violent way. And that's one thing this show has stayed pretty consistent with. No matter if the show isn't that entertaining as far as the storyline or the dialogues or some of the performances, the action sequences so far have been on par and have been really entertaining and very visceral and very brutal. And I've been loving it all in regards to the action. And that action scene on the river was pretty badass. So we see that they escape. And then this is where the show just kind of goes in a lull and slows down tremendously, and we get a bunch of exposition and just a bunch of dramatic moments where we see the mother, you know, discussing with her kids, you know, we can make a choice, we can go elsewhere, we don't have to follow this road down the river and figure out what your dad wants from this message that Paris just delivered to him, the last message. And we get all that, and then you know, the children, they want to see their dad, they want to know what the world can be like with people that can see, and that they can build this new promising nation or kingdom with people that are nice to one another and want to continue the you know, the good favors of the universe. So we see that they want to go on this journey. You know, the mom was injured during this fight, and we get all that stuff. Again, it was very just kind of filler stuff, and then their weapons get taken by this ghostly figure who looks like a giant, and he disappears. We'll see how that plays out. That's one of the, so this storyline now, you know, no offense to the people on the village that died, but I'm glad that we can now just focus on the family, because that's one of the things about the show is there's so many different storylines that I'm uninterested in. So now I'm glad that we're focusing on Baba Voss and his family and the children and them going to the river and figuring out what can happen there. So we got that storyline going here. And then we go back to Queen Kane's village, and we see that her her lead people want her out of the position that she's in, because she's just demanding more soldiers to go and find these children and just doing stuff out of spite of love. And they even mention that to her, that you're just doing this out of, you know, because Jarrell, I know I'm saying his name wrong, but, you know, the guy that created the children that can see, you know, you're just mad because he left you. And, you know, there's some truth in that. We could definitely see that. And she actually admits that at the end of the episode after we see how it plays out. But she doesn't listen to them, and they come up with an idea to kill her. They try to kill her with the spider, and let's listen to the spider. But she sneaks them out and kills them. The people of town found this out. One of Queen Kane's closest friends or companions or whatever you want to call her tells her that the people are coming up with a plan to maybe dethrone her. So she decides to take it on herself to take out the water. And initially, what I take it as is she's destroying their land. She's gonna, these rocks are gonna crumble down to the people, and she's leaving to now find her lover and find the kids, and we're going to see how that plays out. So it'll be interesting to see how many people go with her on her journey and what takes place after her decision. So she's killed all her people. It's very interesting, though. I will say the parallel storylines, we see Queen Bee or Queen Kane. She's doing anything it takes to find these children and to, kill these children. And she's willing to take out her people in doing so. And the same goes with Jason Momoa's character, Baba Voss. He's willing, his whole town just died. The village that he's been taking care of for, at least for 20 years, we know that. And even prior to the season starting, you would imagine they've had some long relationships there. So he just left his people. I know there was a mutiny going on, but he just like, hey, I'm taking my children. The people that want to come. Everyone else died. So it's very interesting to see how much they're willing to do, how much they're willing to sacrifice to protect the ones they love and to kill the ones that are affecting their ruling, or whatever you want to call it, from Queen Kane. Now that her people are gone or killed, who does she rule now? So we'll see. I'm still going to give this show a chance. I will be back to review episode 5 and to kind of see how it all plays out. Because I'm a big fan of Jason Momoa. And, I'm a big fan of sci-fi. And I'm hoping that the show kind of picks up now that we can focus more on these individual characters and not kind of spread it out with all these different people. And now we're focusing on the family, Queen Kane, and how all that plays out. So I will be back next week to review episode 5. And I'm still, even though we've had 2 good episodes and 2 bad episodes, I'm still on board with this show. So let me know what you all thought of this latest episode. Did you enjoy it more than I did? Or are you still on board with the show? Are you done with the show? Let me know in the comments. As well as like and share this video. Like I said up top, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Help us get to that 900 mark and hopefully 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2019. We would love that and appreciate the support there. Follow us on all of our social media accounts. Check out our review that I did for the morning show earlier today, as well as trailer reactions and other reviews I did earlier this week. And the plan is to see Jojo Rabbit today and have a review for you guys this weekend, as well as there's a movie on Netflix that I want to check out. And of course, we'll be back Sunday for Watchmen episode. We're going to watch and review that. So thank you all for watching this review, and we'll see you guys in the next video.